Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing something a little bit different, a little bit random. My friend Katie, who is also a YouTuber, I will link her video of doing this down below, has basically challenged me to do a TMI tag. It's 50 questions of just random fun little questions, so I thought that I would sit down and do it whilst I have some time. I just finished work about an hour ago and I have about 2 hours until I need to go and get Austin from daycare. I'm about to go and do some grocery shopping, but it's like at that peak time where there's gonna be so many school kids, so I'm just gonna like sit here for about half an hour, and I thought that it would be awesome time to just do this video. So before we get into this video, the sun, I tried to park my car in the most shadiest place, but the sun has just decided to peek through, and I don't want to move my car for a 4th time because that's gonna look super suspicious, and I don't really want security to come and be like, hey, what are you doing in a car park moving around 4 times with a camera? Obviously, I have to tell you guys to like this video if you love it, and to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this, because I love these videos. I love Q&As. I love watching Q&As. I think they're so fun and you just get to know someone a lot better. So yeah, I'm gonna get into it. Number 1, what are you currently wearing? I am currently wearing a cardigan, a work shirt, and then just a black skirt. Obviously just came from work, so I look semi-profesh. I had a really basic day today at work. I couldn't be bothered getting ready. I literally just put my eyebrows on and I left. I don't even think I've brushed my hair today. Number 2, have you ever been in love? I have. I am currently in love with my fiance Declan, obviously. But before Declan, I would probably say my ex is the other person that I truly loved. Anyone else before my ex was kind of just like a high school love. It wasn't really like real love. In the moment you thought it was real love, but like now that I'm a little bit older, I know that it was just like a high school crush type of thing. Number 3, did you ever have a terrible breakup? Terrible? Not really. Terrible on the emotions, definitely. The last breakup that I went through, we were kind of together one day and then the next, like I just never heard from him again. That's definitely a lot to process, especially when you're 20 years old and you were like so in love and you thought they were too. That was really hard for me to deal with. I've been cheated on and I found that that wasn't as hard to deal with as just like having someone just not talk to you ever again. I think when you've been cheated on, obviously you know what they've done, you know like what went wrong, and it's just an effed up situation to be cheated on. But when you have like no closure, I think it's 10 times worse just from what I've experienced. So yeah, bad breakups, not the worst breakups. I've heard some really bad stories out there from people that I know. Number 4, how old are you? I am 25. Number 5, how tall are you? I am 175 centimeters, which I believe is 8.5. 5 foot 8.5 from memory. I could be wrong. It's not quite 5'9". Number 6, how much do you weigh? I am actually my heaviest that I've ever been. I am 87 kilos. I don't think I'm fat. I definitely am not happy about where I actually store most of my extra weight. I always store my weight in my face, in my arms, and in my stomach. And I actually find it really hard to lose weight in those areas specifically. But I am currently trying to lose weight. I did lose 7 kilos and then I just put it back on. I found going back to work, working shift work, and PCOS just literally, it's made it so much harder. But I'm wanting to share my weight loss journey on this channel, so if you do want to follow my journey, make sure that you subscribe, because I plan on actually doing quite a few videos in the next couple of months. Number 7, do you have any piercings? I actually had quite a few piercings. When I had my cesarean with Austin, I actually had to take them out. Like most procedures, you have to take out your piercings, and it's really sad because I actually really loved all the piercings that I had, but a lot of them like closed up, and it just seemed like so much effort to try and just poke it back through, because obviously I just had a baby. Like, it's not my priority in that moment. So I had my nose, I had my seconds in my ears, I had my cartilage, I had another random one here, and they closed up. I still have my belly button pierced. It's never closed up, but I don't wear my belly bar just not yet. I find that because I do have that, you know, mum tummy and just my tummy in general, I do wear a lot of high-waisted things and it just catches on my belly bar. So I am very lucky to say that it hasn't closed up, but yeah, most of my other piercings have closed up and that makes me really sad. Number 8, do you have any tattoos? I do. In total, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 2 big pieces on my forearm. I haven't finished my sleeve yet. I don't know what I'm going to do with my sleeve. That's why I haven't finished it. I'll have to do a video on the tattoos that I have, but I have 2 on my forearm, and then I have 1 on my wrist, and then I have 1 on my ribs. Number 9, what's your favorite drink? My favorite drink, I would have to say coffee. Number 10, what's your favorite song? Oh, that's a hard one. One that I've been listening to a lot lately has been Little Mix Touch, but it is their acoustic version, not their radio version. I love acoustics. Number 11, what's your zodiac sign? I am a Cancer, and I actually am really proud to be a Cancer. I think we're one of the most nicest signs in the astrology chart. I could be biased, but there has not been a Cancer that I haven't met that has rubbed me the wrong way. Number 12, how long does it take you to shower? It normally takes me probably under 5 minutes, but if I have to wash my hair, it can take up to a good 15-20 minutes, just because you probably can't tell on camera, but I actually have blonde at the ends of my hair. I stripped it from jet black, so it's kind of like blonde and then darkish. It's kind of like an ombre, but because I have the blonde in my hair, I have to use purple shampoo, and I like to let it sit in my hair for 5 minutes. I just find that it works for me when I leave it in. So 15-20 minutes, and normally if I'm in the shower that long, I will shave my legs or exfoliate some old tan off. Number 13, what's your favorite show? I'm not really watching a show at the moment. Probably the last one that Declan and I both binged was Queer Eye on Netflix. I love that show. Number 14, what is your favorite band? I have always loved Bon Jovi, Metallica, and Daughtry. They're the 3 bands that I always actually like listen to all the time. Like, I just find that they never phase out of my go-to. They're all on my Spotify. I don't get bored of their music. And probably another band that I actually love, and I'm not embarrassed to say this, but I love Nickelback. I think Nickelback is one of the most underrated bands ever. Seriously, like, I love them so much. Number 15, something you really miss. Something I really miss. I miss my best friend. I don't see her as much as I normally do. And you know, I live not close to her anymore, and she works so much. I also am a shift worker, so I work the most unpredictable hours, and I'm just so tired. And when you have a baby, it just kind of like makes things 10 times harder to be able to just drop things and like go and see like friends or family. So yeah, I miss my best friend. Number 16, where do you go when you're sad? I normally go for a walk if it's, you know, before like 8 p.m. and it's still kind of light outside. I'll go for a walk and just like put my headphones in and just blast music. But if it is late at night, or if I just can't be bothered going for a walk, you'll normally find me in the bathroom having a bath and just either watching YouTube on my phone or reading my Kindle or listening to music. They're probably the 2 things that really like get me back in my center and relax me. Number 17, how long does it take you to get ready in the morning? It really depends. I appreciate my sleep when I get it, so I don't get up 2 hours before work starts anymore to do my hair and makeup. So normally if I start work before like 7 a.m, I tend to just have my hair in a mum bun, and I'll look relatively okay. Like, I won't, you know, go to work in my pajamas, but I don't really make much of an effort. But if I start work from like 8 a.m. onwards, I find that I have a little bit more time to get myself together. Normally because Declan will carpool with me at that point, because he can start work between 7 and 9, whereas I have to like start when I'm rostered. So I find if I have Declan around to help me, I find it so much easier to look presentable, which are the days that I actually really appreciate, because I can actually have a coffee and have breakfast and not rush to get to work. Number 18, have you ever been in a physical fight? No, I think fighting is so tacky. Whether you're a guy or a girl, I think it is totally not, like, it's just not cool. Number 19, what turns you on? What turns me on? I'm going to try and not be super sexual. I think someone with a sense of humor is like really sexy to me. I find that most guys that I've dated, especially Declan, have always had a sense of humor. They know how to be, you know, a smart aleck, and they kind of bounce off my personality because I am super sarcastic, and I just find that that is something that I'm always drawn to. If people don't know how to take a joke, I tend to just shut off, and because I am a Cancer, I probably won't talk to you again unless I have to. Number 20, what turns you off? Probably the fact that you don't have a sense of humor, but I'll say something different than that. Probably people that are rude for like no reason and like arrogance. I think it definitely shows someone's character if you go to a cafe or like a restaurant, and if they're rude to the wait staff, like gap it, get out of there, because they're most likely an arrogant asshole in real life. Number 21, what quality do you look for in a partner? Sense of humor, loyalty, honesty, and a drive. I really need to have someone in my life that has a drive, that is constantly wanting to improve themselves and constantly wanting to, you know, be there next to me when I'm wanting to improve myself, whether it's me as a person, my career, any hobbies I might have that I want to go and pursue. Yeah, I think they're probably the top 4. Was that 4? And anything else is a bonus, I guess. Number 22, what's your favorite color? My favorite color is lilac. Number 23, loud music or soft music? It depends on my mood. I'll listen to loud music if I am like coming home from work or going to work. If I'm going for a walk or a run, my headphones will be like blasting, which isn't good for your ears, but we all do it. Soft music I'll listen to if I'm like cleaning the house, or if I'm in the bath and I have like a few hours to myself where Austin's either at daycare or he's with mum and dad or Declan's parents. That's when I'll like put an acoustic playlist on my Spotify and I'll just relax. Number 24, my favorite quote. Now, before I can even like remember, I've seriously like, whenever I've been through a breakup, even when my best friend passed away a few years ago, or if anything happens where I fall out with someone, I always just say everything happens for a reason, because normally 9 times out of 10 something better always follows after a tragedy in your life, and I'm a strong believer of that. If you're not a strong believer of that, that's fine, but for me it's just gotten me through so much just to be able to say that quote and just like give myself a pep talk, and then I get over it, I forget all the bad things, and then eventually something great comes into my life. And yeah, and I also think it's pretty cool to, you know, be able to hold on to something and, you know, just kind of go through life and just realize that, you know, everything happens for a reason. We have no control over the good or the bad. It's part of our journey. Number 25, your favorite actor. I have said this before, Bruce Willis. Number 26, the reason why you joined YouTube. I joined YouTube because I am a huge fan of YouTube. YouTube is like my Google. Whenever I have a problem, like I don't know what to wear, or like I don't know what something means when I'm studying, I always come to YouTube. 9 times out of 10, it can help, but sometimes good old Google is the best. But I also just, I've always wanted to document my life. I don't have an interesting life, but to someone it might be interesting, and I'm such an introvert, and I find that I can just kind of be myself without having to have the pressure of people around me. Like, even though I freak out when people stare at me, I can sit in my car and I can you know, talk like I'm talking to my best friend. My parents didn't have the luxury of having, you know, VHSs and all that fancy stuff in the 90s to document my childhood, and I think it's really awesome that we have that opportunity to do that these days. So yeah, so the main reason why I joined YouTube is because I'm a fan and I want to document my life and I want to make videos and I want to be in the community, and so far I'm really glad that I've joined it, and I do regret not joining it sooner when I wanted to. Number 27, do you have any fears? If so, what are they? I have a lot of fears. I'm a Cancer. I overthink things all the time. I'm constantly thinking about my career. I'm constantly thinking about what I want to do. I'm constantly thinking of YouTube. Like, I'm always fearful. I'm fearful of people leaving in my life, whether it's by choice or if they pass away. Number 28, what's the last thing that made you cry? Definitely something that I watched, and it wasn't even anything like, oh, I know what it was. It was a Carrie Underwood music video, and it wasn't even one of her sad songs, because she can have some really sad lyrics in her songs, but I think it was like one of her like love songs. I think it was Heartbeat, and I was just listening to it one day and I started to tear up. I just got really like happy emotional, which isn't like me, but ever since having Austin, I cry at anything. Number 29, what's the meaning behind your YouTube name? My name, I was thinking of changing it to something like different and quirky, but honestly, like, I couldn't think of anything, and I don't really like committing to things. I'm constantly wanting to change, especially when it comes to like creative things. Number 30, last time you said you love someone, most likely would have been today, to Declan. We tend to say I love you every morning. Number 31, the last book you read. I think the last book that I read, I haven't finished it, but it was a book that I got from Germany about the Holocaust. Number 32, the book you're currently reading. I'm not reading anything currently. I will get onto that. Number 33, the last show that you watched. The last show that I watched, I think it was Catfish on MTV. I was editing a video, so I wasn't really watching it, but yeah, Catfish was in the background. Number 34, the last place you were. That doesn't make sense. I'm guessing they mean like the last place that I was, like visited, like travel. Last place would have been London before I left to come back to Australia. Number 35, the last sport that you played. The last sport that I played, I didn't really play it. It was a volleyball game that my best friends and I at the time played, probably like 4 years ago now. And I played it for only like half an hour. But before that would probably have been in high school. I was part of the touch football team, which I actually loved. I was really good at it actually. But I don't really play a lot of sports. I go for walks and I swim in our pool at home, but I don't really, that's not me. Number 36, who's the last person you talked to? It would have been Declan before I came down to the shops. Number 37, last song that you sang. I think it was Zombie by the Cranberries. It was just playing on my Spotify on my ride home from work. Number 38, favorite chat up line. I don't have a favorite chat up line, but I love when people are so seedy, but like on purpose. Like they'll come up to you and be like, did it hurt when you fell from heaven? Like I think things like that is like, I don't know, I think it's cool to be able to just be funny and like be like a dickhead on purpose. I love people like that. Number 39, do you have a crush? Always. I always have a crush. I crush on Declan every day. Number 40, the relationship between you and the person you last texted. Would have either been Declan, who is my fiance, or Alex, who is my best friend. Number 41, your favorite food. I always say this and I feel like it's so like predictable when people say this, but I love sushi. It's always my go-to. Number 42, place you want to visit. One of my probably top 2 places that I want to visit are Canada and Ireland. Number 43, what's the last time you kissed someone? Would have been last night before bed when I said goodnight to Declan. Before, last time you were insulted. I'm always insulted. I'm such a sensitive soul. It's really annoying because I know that when people say things, sometimes they don't mean it as like a direct attack. Sometimes it could just be like an open statement, but probably something at work. Number 45, favorite flavor of sweet. I actually don't like sweets. I'm more of a savory person, but if I had to choose a sweet, I would probably say like a gelati. Number 46, what instruments do you play? I don't play any instruments. I can sing. Do I sing? No. Number 47, your favorite piece of jewelry. Probably my engagement ring. I also have a ring from Pandora. And number 48, have you ever used it? What does that mean? Have I ever used it? Sure. Number 49, last time you hung out with anyone would have been Monday. I went and saw Katie and Darcy, which are our best pals, and we just hung out at IKEA and let the boys play. Number 50, who should answer these questions next? Tag them. All of you. If you guys have a channel, or if you don't have a channel, make a channel and do this. This is awesome. I think this is so fun, and if you do end up doing it, tag me in it, go to my Instagram, follow me, message me, tell me the link to your video, and I'll go and watch it so I can get to know you. I love videos like this. I think they're so fun. Maybe that's just me, but I love getting to know people that I watch on YouTube, even if they're big or even if they're small. And lastly guys, make sure that you subscribe to my channel. I do upload once a week. Sometimes I'll upload twice if I'm feeling friendly. But anyways guys, I will see you next time, and I hope that you have a good day wherever you are in this world. See you later.